Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about the features which I dislike in the Hyundai Exter. So the first feature which I dislike is that there is no request sensor on the passenger side door handle. You get only the request sensor over the driver side door handle in order to lock and unlock the vehicles. It would be a better option if in case they would have given a request sensor over here in order to unlock the vehicle. It actually acts or it benefits in the use of convenience. So I feel that a request sensor which is placed over here would be a better option. Maybe in the coming vehicles or in the 2025 or in the 2026 model, they may actually add this feature as an update so that it acts as a great feature of convenience to unlock the doors and to lock the doors of the vehicle instead of taking the key from the pocket to lock and unlock the vehicle. The next feature which I dislike in the Hyundai Exter is that before buying the Hyundai Exter, we actually had a Wagoner, which was actually tall and the doors could actually open 90-degree. But in this particular vehicle, the door actually opened 45-degree. We actually didn't know that while buying this vehicle. But what I feel is that even though the vehicle is tall, but the ingress and egress, whatever when the moment you get inside and outside the vehicle is not actually similar to that of a Wagoner. What happens is that in order to ingress, the boot or the floor of the particular vehicle, it is kept actually inside, or it is actually kept somewhat in depth from this particular point of view. The moment when we had Wagoner, the particular thing is that this particular black color and the metal structure would be same on the same line. But in order to meet the SUV conditions and also in order to meet the micro SUV condition, they have done in this way. But what I feel is that the ingress and in order to step in and step off the vehicle, it is quite hard for senior citizens. It's not easy for them, and they have to actually bend down a bit and they have to keep their legs very safely, and then only they can actually jump inside the vehicle. Usually in Wagner, in order to for the senior citizens to step in and step out is actually easy, but in this particular vehicle we feel it difficult the moment any senior citizen steps in and steps out the vehicle. The next feature which I particularly dislike in the Hyundai Exter is that you get headrest which is adjustable for the rear passengers, but whether when you look at the front driver side and well as the co-passenger side, you do not get any adjustable headrest for them. So if in case if they had an adjustable headrest for the front and well as the co-passenger seat, it would be really grateful for the people with greater height to sit at the front as well as the co-passenger seats of the Hyundai Exter. The next feature which I dislike in the Hyundai Exter is that you do not get any center armrest. If the vehicle is equipped with center armrest, then it would be comfortable for the driver to keep his elbow over the armrest and it would be comfortable for him to shift gears. But if the vehicle is not equipped with armrest, what happens is that it acts as a slight point of discomfort. And what is the problem if you install the aftermarket or outside market armrest is that you will not be able to adjust this particular driver side seat. This particular driver side seat of the Hyundai Exter is height adjustable, and what the dealer has advised is to not install any armrest for this particular vehicle, as it would be a discomfort while adjusting the height of the seat. And also we have not installed any outside aftermarket armrest as of now for this particular vehicle. So with respect to the dealer side, I am talking that armrest is not good for this car. That means that you are not able to install an armrest just because you would not be able to adjust the height of the seat. And what happens if in case if you install a aftermarket or outside market armrest is that you will not be able to have access of the full lever of the handbrake. You'd be only having access over here, by which while taking up the handbrake it would be a discomfort, which I feel if in case if we install a aftermarket or outside market center armrest. So I'm not telling that installing armrest in this vehicle is not good, but with respect to the dealer side, what we have received the information that you're not supposed to install any aftermarket armrest, just because it will be a hindrance for the driver side seat. What happens is that you will not be able to comfortably increase the height and decrease the height of the driver's side seat of the Hyundai Exter vehicle, and also you would not be able to actually move the front seat and the passenger side seat freely. The next feature which I dislike in the Hyundai Exter is that you get mech person strut suspension for the front tires, and talking about the rear tires, you get torsion beam suspension for the rear tires. This particular suspension creates a problem when the vehicle is fully loaded with passengers, and there is a particular load for the when you have filled the boot with the full of like suitcases, and the particular accommodation of passengers in this particular vehicle is 5, and the total number of passengers you have filled is 5. And what happens, the vehicle gets fully loaded with weight, and the moment you cross any speed breaker, the chassis, it actually hits the speed breaker in which you travel. The moment if you travel with two people in this particular vehicle and cross a speed breaker, it doesn't hit the speed breaker. But the moment when you actually carry 4 or more than 4 people in this particular vehicle, it actually hits the speed breaker which is present in the road. The next feature which I personally dislike in the Hyundai Exter is that actually this particular feature is not disliked by any other Exter owners, but what I feel is that this particular engine bay is completely open. That means is that you can actually see the wheel design or the wheel clamping, whatever you call, over the front engine bay. In some other manufacturers, what they do is that they actually keep it closed, where you can't see over all those wheel claddings over here. And the structure which is promised by Hyundai is that they have used high tensile steels in this particular vehicle. But as of now, it is not tested with the global NCAP or any other safety rating. We do not know the safety rating of this particular vehicle, but it is actually loaded with 6 airbags from the base to the top end variant. But what I feel with this particular engine bay is that it is open, and you can actually see the wheel clamping, that particular mountain type thing over the wheel arc design, and you can see that this particular engine is open. You can actually see the floor of which you have parked the vehicle. I feel that actually they could have closed this particular engine, the engine bay, and actually they could have covered that particular wheel mounting over the right and the left side front tires. This is my personal opinion with regard to this vehicle. I'm not talking it as a complaint, but I feel that keeping this particular engine bay open, it actually hinders the safety of the crumple zone of the vehicle. I feel that from my point of view, that crumple zone of this particular vehicle is weak. The crumple zone of any particular vehicle, it starts from actually here, this particular zone, from here, and from the headlight, top headlight or the parking light of this, and this particular zone is the crumple zone. As of now, it has not gone any accidents. I do not know actually any impact whether this particular vehicle has got, but what I feel is that this particular structure may be weak just because this particular mounting is open. So at any time, if there is any accident caused at this particular barrier, it may actually break the bumper, which I feel I have not experienced any accidents still on the front bumper as of now. But what I feel is that keeping this particular thing open may actually create a weakness point for the metal structure which is present at the crumple zone of this particular vehicle. Many people may have their own views, or Hyundai may generally have their own view with respect to having this particular engine bay open. But in my view, what I feel is that keeping the engine bay closed would be a better option for them. But talking about the heat passage, heat can be actually passed easily, as they have kept grill openings over here. It is not a closed grill completely. There are grills which is open over here, as you can see. the grills to open over here, by which the heat can be passed. But what I feel is that keeping the engine closed and keeping the structure, it will keep the structure more safe, and you can also actually trust that this particular vehicle is completely safe, even though the vehicle is having 6 airbags. More than 6 airbags, if the engine bay is actually closed, it would be a better option that the vehicle is completely strong. But keeping the engine bay open, I feel that the particular steel or whatever which they have used over the comfort zone may be weak during any impact. That is with respect to my view. But generally, no one has told that this is a disadvantage point for the Hyundai Exter, but I feel that it may act as a disadvantage point with respect to the safety of this particular vehicle.